Yeah,
which
it's true.
is
He's getting bigger and bigger too. It's great.
He did that whole what was it, the US Open?
And I think Coachella, and like I think he's got some Van shoes maybe or something like that.
It's really nice. Right?
Yeah, I'm happy for him. He deserves it. He's a hard worker.
Yeah, that's good. We're going anyways.
Okay. Yeah.
So how'd you get into drumming or music in general?
My dad is a musician.
Mm-hmm.
He was apparently like one of the first musicians in Foreigner, the band Foreigner, before they got famous. He never got famous from, and then I think so. The story goes, and then I think he might have played with Link Ray at some point.
Wow.
He was just like a desert rocker, long haired dude from Barstow.
Awesome.
So I grew up with music. He's a guitar player.
In Barstow?
No, I grew up here in LA, and then I went to Ventura for like high school and stuff like that.
So you've been like around here basically?
Southern California, yeah, and then I lived in San Francisco for 10 years for college and stayed there.
Is that where you met Dwyer?
It is, yeah.
Did you go to what's the just San Francisco State?
I went to SFAI, the San Francisco Art Institute.
Nice.
Yeah.
What'd you study?
New genres is what it's called. Very lofty, like bullshit. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good. So were you playing drums up there as well?
Yeah, in tons of bands. I've been playing drums for like 17 years, maybe 16, 17 years, something like that.
Wow.
And then, yeah, in San Francisco, I played in a couple bands there.
What were the bands?
I was in a punk band called Wild Thing with this guy Neil and a really colorful character. I don't know if you've heard of him. This guy Brace Belden. He's getting kind of well known for. He's like a punk that. He's also like he's like a socialist, communist, union rights guy, and he smuggled himself to Syria to join the YPG militia to spread socialism through the lands that like ISIS was stealing, and he was fighting ISIS out there. He's a really interesting guy. He's one of my oldest friends.
He's smuggled himself.
He went through all these weird back channels. I'm not exactly sure how he did it, but he spent some time out there like on the line, like fighting ISIS. And like, if you look it up, there's a whole thing about him and the group, the YPG that he was with.
Wow.
It's fascinating. Yeah, I can't believe he made it. I was so happy to see that he made it back home safely. But I was in a band with him called Wild Thing forever, and then a goofy band called Personal and the Pizzas, a band called Apache and Glitz and No Bunny every once in a while.
Oh, nice.
Here and there, just if Justin No Bunny needed a drummer.
Who is Nobody? Really, I've never seen him without his mask.
You probably would never recognize his name. I can't say. Yeah. I said his name. His name's Justin, but
we're gonna bleep it out.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're gonna censor it.
You would, if you saw him, you would never. I've been like with him, or run into him with friends, and then when he leaves, they're like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "It's No Bunny," and they're like, "What?" He doesn't look anything like you'd think he does.
Yeah, yeah, that.
He's a sweetheart. He's a lot more quiet when he doesn't have a mask on.
He seems very nice.
He is.
Like the times that like I've seen him, I'm like, oh, that guy. He's just like.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Very nice.
It's funny the difference between him without a mask and him with a mask. It's totally polar opposites.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man. So you're up in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
What years were that around like that
2004 to 2014.
Wow, and then you moved back down here.
Back to LA, yeah, because it got too expensive and the tech thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The boom.
The boom.
A lot of people know about that, really.
Oh, it's pretty big. Yeah.
Yes.
And then then I moved back and linked up with John and everybody.
So was he down here in 2000?
He was already here playing. I wasn't really good friends with him in San Francisco. We knew each other just through the music scene. We said like hi to each other, but we weren't like buds really. But he'd come to shows, I'd play and stuff. And then he was here already playing with Tim Hellman, who I've known for over 10 years. I'm old friends with Tim, and Nick Murray, who's also a friend.
Yeah, he's a good drummer.
He's a great drummer.
Yeah.
Also, he was in Paint.
Yeah. He is.
Great record.
Yeah, because he's in a couple of, or he was on a.
He's in tons of stuff.
He was on an album of the OCs, right?
Yeah, Mutilator.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a fantastic drummer.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
Him and Derek Wheeler James, that guy too. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of talent.
Yeah. So you moved back here 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Dwyer was here. Is that when you started playing with him? Like,
Kind of. I got a phone call the day I was moving from John, and he was just basically like, "Do you have anything going on music wise? I heard you're moving to LA." And I was like, "No." And he's like, "I might need you for something down the line." And it was like almost a year later, probably like 8 or 9 months later, when he finally started like having me come in, learn a couple songs and stuff.
that's awesome. And then, who's the other drummer?
Paul Quattrone from that band Chick Chick Chick. He used to be in. Also a very old friend. Yeah, so it's nice that he's the drumming mate.
How different is it versus like playing with two drummers than just solo?
It's pretty different. I'd never done it before. I know if I remember correctly, because when I joined it was Ryan Matino was playing drums, but if I remember right, John just was like, "Hey, learn these 4 songs or whatever, like some old songs, and come in." And then I could be getting this wrong, but if I remember right, Ryan was in there as well, and he's like, "Surprise! Like there's 2 drummers, see how it works," kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it works. It's different with Paul, especially since we were close. We've known each other for a long time. It's not that bad. Like writing together, and we try not to step on each other's toes. Or it's different. I enjoyed it. It made me a better drummer. That's for sure. But yeah, it's my first time with this band. I've never done that before.
That seems so hard to like synchronize. Like okay.
It's not that bad. It's a lot. Me and Paul get asked that a lot. It's not as hard as you'd think it is. Yeah, surprisingly.
I mean, if you guys know, like that'd be sick. Like you on 2 and 4, and he was on 1 and 3.
We do some like weird syncopation. I don't think we've done what is that called? The one, isn't that called like a Euclidean rhythm? I think, where it's nothing. It doesn't line up. I don't know. But we do syncopation stuff all the time. Like especially the last 2 records, him and I would come in and write drum parts, just us 2, just this, like figure it out.
Just to see where he's at and you're at.
Yeah, and we'd like do different types of things and kind of fit them together, and yeah, it makes for interesting rhythms.
That's insane. Do you go in there first? You 2 guys like form a drum thing, or do you hear somebody else's part and you're like, oh, I know what to add to that, or
it depends. Yeah, like a lot of times Paul is more of like a breakbeat kind of drummer.
Mm-hmm.
And I came from more like punk stuff, so he has he has more ideas for beats than I do, and so he'll come in with something sometimes and be like, "Hey, like I had this idea," and then we will just like sit down and work on it, and then other times John will just have an idea of a song or like a riff, and we'll go into our studio and just record us like jamming that for like an hour, and then John will go through and like just pick out little things that work. He's like, all right, let's concentrate on what you're doing between minute 15 and minute 17 and a half and see if we can pull something out of that. Yeah.
That's insane. I just heard the new one that just dropped.
Oh,
20-minute one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he told me he was releasing that song as this lead off single, I was like, okay.
That's like a fucking Bell Underground move.
I love it. Yeah, that's like my favorite.
It's longer than Sister Ray, actually. But yeah, it was awesome.
It might be my favorite song on the new album.
Did you guys all record together, or was it like you do your part?
We all record together, but it's, I think, for John and Thomas, maybe it's mostly scratch tracks. Like they do overdubs over it, but it's more about me, Paul, and Tim getting our parts down at once. So that's why we get to Tim and I usually leave and go home when we're recording a record before John and now Thomas. Yeah.
That's crazy. How many different how many people have you gone through or seen gone through the band as you've been in it?
Oh, we just Ryan left a lot of years ago, and then we added Paul, and then Paul joined, and then we just recently hired Thomas. That's it. Yeah.
Did you ever play with Bridget? What's her name?
Dawson.
Dawson.
No. She's on the records, like, still. I love Bridget. She's like a close friend,
yeah.
But I've never played with her. She did the OCS shows, but I didn't play drums on that. It's just Paul. I would love to play with Bridget sometime. Bridget, if you're listening, come
She
back.
said she does listen. There's only a handful of people listen.
Yeah.
It's John.
I would love
Bridget.
I would love for her to like pop in on the show or something. That'd be great.
Does she still live in San Fran or to your?
I think
knowledge?
she's in San Francisco or at least that area. You know what? She might have jumped on us and played us a couple songs with us in San Francisco a long time ago. Now that I think about it, but she's a sweetheart.
At the Eagle Rock or something like that. Or the not the
Think of the
Eagle
chat. I think she came and sang a couple songs at the chapel.
Rock. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That space seems crazy. Did you play that live album that was?
Yeah, I did.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, it was me and Ryan.
And how was that? Does that change? Did that like change your mindset as you knew like, oh, this is potentially gonna be a record?
Not really, because I think we played 3 nights, so we had 3 different nights to nail, at least get one good take of every song.
Right.
So.
What night was that actually wound up on?
It's a mixture of like all of them.
Wow.
Yeah. I think.
Because there's a video of it. Do you think it's like all?
I've never watched that video. I don't like watching videos of myself.
It's awesome.
But I got mad at Brian, who we were talking about earlier. He
Yeah.
produced it, and he gave me flack for changing my shirt every night, so the continuity would be different than the video. But I've never seen it, so.
And Brian, if you're listening.
Yeah, sorry, I've never watched it. I don't like watching videos myself.
Thanks for the Sade. I for the longest time I thought it was Sade. Just.
Yeah, I think it's either Sade or Sade. I'm not really
Yeah,
sure.
I've heard people say mixed.
Yeah.
I think versions of it. But yeah, because there's quite a few live videos of YouTube playing.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. It seems like, I mean, I'm looking at like, oh, that's very tiring. Like,
That's
I feel
exhausting.
tired
Yeah.
while looking at you. Like, you're like, oh my god.
Every band I played in before this would play like 25 minutes max, and then this is like
An hour.
an
15.
hour and a half to 2 hours usually on tour of like non-stop, like hard drums. There's a couple songs that John will throw in when he looks over and Paul and I are like dying. There's a couple songs he knows that are easier for us to play
Like
without.
Minotaur or something like that. Slow.
Sticky Hulks is one of them, and I think Encrypted Bounce are the ones that they're not as demanding.
Plus, Sticky Hulks, he's like screwing with that thing.
Yeah, and I'm playing really soft and
Yeah.
slow.
Nicer
Yeah.
on the arms.
Yeah.
How did you build up that, I guess, tolerance?
It took, I can't remember the exact number, but before I played a show with OCs, we practiced for like 4 or 5 months, and he would slowly add more songs to the set that I was learning.
Yeah.
So he would just like be like, all right, start with these 4 songs, and then we'd practice those a couple times, and then he'd send me 4 more, and he's like, we're gonna add on these 4 songs, and then we're gonna play the whole set, and so on and so forth until it was like 30 songs or something. So it's just a lot of practicing.
Jeez.
It's like just conditioning yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took time.
I mean, because I'm a drummer, like I like the drum, but it's like that shit kills my forearms. Like I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's.
It's
No,
a lot.
I don't understand it, you guys. Like it just doesn't make sense.
We stretch. Paul and I stretch quite a bit before shows. 'Cause you don't want to cramp up.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
Oh,
I'm like a
gosh.
dead person after a show.
Oh,
Like people will try to be like talk like friends or whatever backstage. I'm like, I need like 10 minutes. Like I need to sit down and just like breathe and drink some water.
How sweaty are you after?
I am completely drenched.
Yeah.
Like we could wring out my shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that one video you didn't see, that Brian again.
Oh, someone told me he did it on there. Yeah.
Yeah, Dwyer's just ringed it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, we're really sweaty. It's gross.
It's just crazy. I think that's insane.
Yeah, I'll do a lot of sink laundry on tour, so everything doesn't smell like disgusting. And that's why we all wear shorts. Fun fact: everyone's like, "Why do they all wear Why does everyone wear shorts?" I'm like, "Cause it's fucking hot on stage."
There was I've seen other videos of like Dwyer like wearing pants, which is kind of odd too.
Oh,
like,
he
I'm
forgot
like,
it. He forgot his show shoes and didn't want to wear dress shoes with shorts.
Oh,
This was recently. The one that I remember was in Nelsonville. He's like, "Fuck, I brought the wrong shoes." It's like, I can't wear shorts with these. I'll look weird. Or something like that. Yeah.
he
Or he might have forgot his shorts actually. I can't remember. Something like that where he's like,
Yeah.
he was bummed because he moves around a lot, you know.
You can always have nice shoes on though. Every time
He
you
does have
like
nice
to-
shoes.
You,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
do
oh.
too. Yeah,
Oh,
all
thanks.
of you guys. This is from my recollection. But yeah. So how was your first show with?
It was fun. It was at the Griffin. It was a secret show at the tiny bar, the Griffin,
Yeah.
and it was like a low pressure show until Henry Rollins showed up, and then I saw him staring at me, and I got really scared.
I mean, great. No pressure.
Yeah.
Just Black Flag?
I know. Yeah, just like the person who changed music for me. And then we played like a kind of art gallery party show after that. So the first couple shows were like pretty low pressure. Yeah.
When did it start revving up?
Shortly after that. Yeah.
Great. How what was your biggest like audience that you played to?
Oh man. I think the first year I did Primavera Sound in Barcelona might have been one of the biggest shows I've ever played, and that was pretty shortly after I joined the band, and I was not used to playing that kind of like to that size of crowd, especially from coming from like small punk bands and stuff. It was very scary.
Did you like it though?
Yeah, loved it. I still get nervous before most shows, and it's always like a really undescribable feeling afterwards.
Is it like anxiety and like
It's like butterflies, and then just like it's really hard to describe, but it feels great. It's the best feeling in the world.
That's awesome. And do you play drums for anybody else?
No, not at the moment. Yeah, I don't understand. Paul and Tim do, and it seems like they're stretching themselves so thin. I play my own music at home, and that's about it. Yeah.
Where do you practice? If you don't mind me asking?
We practice at the studio.
At the studio. The vague one. That's awesome though. So when did you start playing drums? Like when did that begin?
I think 15. So, fuck, that would be like 18 years now. 33, right? Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just saying,
right?
I'm just gonna trust your math.
Probably. I don't know. I think 15.
Wow.
Yeah, I think around then.
And you were around here a lot, like this general area. How
that was in Ventura.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is a bit more.
Yeah, it was like for high school. Yeah. Yeah, in our garage.
Nice. It's really, really bugging the parents.
No, my dad would play with me. He was kind of he plays guitar.
Because your dad's link great, right? No, that's awesome. Do you think that did he like tell you like, oh hey, you should pursue music, or like?
He just always. I grew up around mute records and guitars and stuff like that, so it was just kind of like one of those things. And then he would always try to be like, "Do you want to play an instrument?" I'm like, yeah. And then he would try to teach me guitar, and I just don't understand how to play guitar. I wish I did. And then I sat down at my uncle was a drummer as well, and I sat down at a drum set, and it just clicked. And then I still can't play guitar. I've tried so many times to learn. It's too many strings. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of like the same way for me.
It's hard, man.
I can understand drums.
Yeah.
It's like feet go there. Like,
yeah.
And it's like hands like okay, yeah, I get it. Like I like hear a song. It's like okay, that's that. Like I can't.
My brain must be wired differently than a guitar player's brain.
Doesn't make sense to me. So, you played those first couple shows around here. When was the first time you went on tour?
Like right after.
Just everything just.
I think we did those shows, and maybe a couple, and then I think we did a couple shows at South by Southwest, and then we went to Europe. Yeah.
And that was 2014.
Yes,
wow.
I believe. Yeah.
Was it your first time going to Europe?
No, I've been a couple times before.
The first time playing in Europe, though.
No, I toured with my old bands.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And is it different touring with the OCs rather than any of your other bands, or is it
not really?
Stuff?
Yeah, it's tour, you know.
Yeah. That's awesome. Do you have any tour stories that stick out to you in your mind?
Oh, I don't even know. I can't remember. We've gone so much. I don't know. I could tell you a place I really like, but I'd have to like sit down and think for tour stories. Touring is a lot more boring than people think it is. No, you know.
What do you do in your downtime when you're waiting for a gig?
Again, when I'm waiting for a show,
rest,
find a record store or something.
Yeah. Are you usually going around in a bus, right? I mean, like.
No, we don't tour in buses.
Oh, really?
No, we get like a big Sprinter van.
Oh.
None of us want to do the bus thing.
Yeah.
Seems weird driving at night with someone you don't know driving.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Like he's always sleeping during the day.
Yeah, it's strange. Yeah.
So it's usually in a van around.
Like one of the big like Sprinter vans. Like it's like the big thing before a bus, basically. Yeah.
The next.
Yeah, I prefer that. I like that. Or I don't know. I've never toured in a bus. Maybe I'd love it, but I can't imagine I would.
How did you ever have a gig that people just like did not like at all? It was just hell to play.
With OCs,
Or in general.
oh yeah, I've played so many shows where the only other people there are the other bands.
Oh, that's awesome though. It's great.
We've OCs have done a couple shows where it's like we have to sound check or whatever while people are like eating dinner and we're like psychotically loud, so you can tell they're not enjoying that.
Just yelling into the mics.
Yeah, they're like it's pretty funny when we have to do stuff like that. Like if they haven't changed from the daytime gig like dinner to like the nighttime music stuff, but yeah.
Wow. Have you toured all the states?
I don't think I've never been to Hawaii. I know that. I've never been to Alaska.
That would be sweet. The OCs in Alaska.
They did it before.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, in Anchorage a long time ago. Long time ago. Well, we want to do it. We're talking about it, but I don't know. How easy that is.
Do you know how it went? It was well received.
I know John loved it because he's brought it up before, and he's like, I want to go back. It was great, and it seems like people would be really excited when. I mean, I can't imagine that many bands tour through Alaska, so the crowd would probably be awesome.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine just going on vacation. What the fuck?
I want to go out. I really want to go out there too. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's like just wild, man.
What about those 25 days of no light and then 25 days of light?
Oh God, we went to Iceland when didn't get dark. We went during the summer.
How trippy was that?
It is mind-boggling. It's so weird. I remember one night we were there for like 4 or 5 nights, I think, and or days or whatever you want to call it, and we were at some bar or something, and I was talking to Tim, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go home early tonight, and he's like, dude, it's already 2 a.m, but I had no idea.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a trip.
Wow.
Really weird. Pretty cool.
Imagine living in that though.
Yeah, I saw newspapers. There was some newspapers in English, and it was there was an article about surviving or not, staying sane during the summers and stuff like that. I'd imagine you get used to it, but it's a trip.
That transition that would be.
I know.
Okay.
Get some blackout curtains or something for your house, I guess. Yeah.
Was it piercing? It was still pretty bright out.
It was still pretty bright. It would go it would start to set kind of, so it'd get a little dim, and then it would just kind of get bright again. Yeah, it was really cool.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What country or what countries rather do you like to go to play?
I love going to Australia. It's just a blast. It's always a really good time. People are really nice. Shows are always really fun.
What about New Zealand?
I've never been there. I'id love to go.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just right
I know. For whatever reasons, it just hasn't worked out.
Please take that, please.
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah.
Just making sure I don't want to halt you on that.
No, I'd love to go to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Maybe next year. It'd be cool.
You ever been to the African continent?
South Africa, yeah.
What port of it?
Cape Town.
Oh,
It was
nice.
again amazing.
Yeah.
We had a couple days off. We had this really awesome dude that was showing us around. He was just this funny surfer, long-haired dude that knew the city, and he just he was like, all right, I'm yours for a couple days. I'll show you around. We're awesome. Russell, I think his name was. I mean, he just was a blast to be around.
That's awesome.
He took us to beaches where there's just penguins and stuff. It was so much fun. The festival was killer too. I remember the show being really fun. I think there's video of it, and Paul and I are just literally steaming while we're playing because it was outdoors.
Yeah, was it winter or summertime?
I think if I remember right, it's cold at night because we're playing kind of on the water.
Okay, yeah.
I can't remember what month it was though.
Because it's flipped around.
Yeah, it's yeah.
That's
Southern Hemisphere.
Something like that. I don't know. Whatever it is. But that's awesome. Though.
Yeah.
And the people actually liked it.
Oh my God, yeah, it was great. It was a really good crowd, and everyone was super nice.
Is there other bands that you like touring with, or bands that you don't like touring with?
I mean, we've been touring a lot with Prettiest Eyes, and they're the best.
Pretty good.
Yeah, really easy, great band, easy to get along with. Yeah.
You don't have to name names, but have you had an experience that people aren't as easy to?
Not really.
with?
Yeah, John's pretty good at picking out bands he wants to travel with.
That would be like mellow and.
Yeah, I don't think he ever takes people that he doesn't know, for extended amounts of time. But yeah, and it's like when we're touring with bands, we're not in the same van or anything like that, so it's more.
It's two.
Yeah, they're usually traveling their own, just like the shows and stuff are together.
Nice.
The Prettiest Eyes, they're the best, man. We're doing a big long tour with them in October.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where's that gonna be around?
Just in the States.
Nice. You guys played that secret show the other week. Right?
Yeah, Non-Plus.
How'd that go?
Really fun. Yeah, no cops this time.
Does usually cops that?
The last time we tried to play Non-Plus, it got shut down. The whole venue.
What?
Yeah.
Fire capacity or something?
Yeah. I think someone put on the radio or something. Yeah, I don't know. And then I was like sitting kind of behind where the stage was, and one of my friends who was part of the crew there looked all stressed out, and I was like, "What's going on? What's up, buddy?" And he's like, "Cops are here," and I thought he was joking. And then right after he said that, like a bunch of fire marshals and stuff came in the back room and shut everything down, and then
Oh man.
Yeah, it was a
I'm
bummer.
assuming you guys didn't play.
No, it was really sad because I would go there all the time for shows. It was a wonderful spot.
How many times has a show been shut down?
That's as far as I can tell the only time.
Oh, wow,
That's since I've been in the band.
It's pretty good odds. It's pretty good number.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have any like what's the craziest stuff you've seen? Like as you were driving, like, oh shit, look at that.
There's like recently in Ireland, people were like hanging from balconies and stuff like that. I remember at Hotel Vegas when we play outside there. There was one year we were playing and people were climbing up the tree and jumping from the top of the tree onto the crowd. And then just that Non-Plus show was like my whole drum set would get toppled over, like stuff like that.
There's no stage?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's always so on.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I love doing it. I'm just
Same
scared
level.
for everybody in the front row because they keep getting, there's like a swell of people.
Pushed, yeah.
So I remember, I think someone caught their eyebrow on Tim's bass head, and like a kid took a cymbal to his forehead and stuff like that. But it happens. Everybody's having a good time.
That's crazy.
People were really good about like there's one point where I just had a snare and my kick tom,
Yeah.
and everything had gotten just knocked over, and the kids that were at the show were really good about just like setting my drum set up for me mid-set, which was really awesome. So it's fun. Yeah, I like those kind of shows.
How's that transition to just the snare? We're just like, all right, that's
we got
just
two drummers, so Paul can take the brunt of it while I'm fixing my drum set.
hanging on.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was just you up there and you're just like, okay, all right.
Yeah, I know.
Back to basics.
Yeah, it happens.
Primitive sound. Have you ever done a show with just you?
Yeah, we did with OCs. We did. It was like Ryan. Like something happened with Ryan, and he ended up like leaving kind of mid tour, and we finished the set with just me, or the whole tour with me.
How much more was there?
There was only basically John was like handed me like the master set list, which just all the songs, because we don't really have a set list. He just has a big list in his guitar case, and he's like, just put a star next to the ones you can play without Ryan being there. So we slimmed down the set a little bit.
Yeah.
Like some of the songs we wrote, it was a lot of the older songs we were playing, because a lot of the new stuff we wrote specifically for two drummers.
Right.
Yeah. And it would just sound off.
What, like the older stuff, doing like Help and stuff like that, or?
Or like Toe Cutter, like that
Yeah.
kind of. I come from the mountain, like that. Those songs like Tidal Wave, all the ones that are like, the older songs, easier to play with one drummer.
Yeah. Were you a fan of?
I was. Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
Was it crazy? Oh shit! Like I'm playing these songs now.
Yeah. It's still weird. I still get tripped out about it.
That's awesome. When did you find out about it? Like when you went to San Fran or down here?
Down here. Yeah.
Did you ever see them prior to knowing John?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was a big Pink and Brown fan too when I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have the record?
I did. I think I still have it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was aware of
Did
them
you
for
see
years.
them?
I don't think I ever saw them, no. I never saw Coach Whips either, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Maybe I did. I can't remember.
Yeah, but Pink I heard that he just used to get super drenched
I bet.
and then just leave it in a case and put it back on.
Probably smelled disgusting.
Yeah. And whoever the other guy was in that band, because he was doing that in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Too, right? Because Castleface wasn't, or was it on Castleface that they
No, I think it was on Load Records. I think, like Lightning Bolt. I think, if I remember right, Lightning Bolt was on that label too, and a bunch of that kind of scene of music. I really liked that record label.
How'd you get your hands on that? Like, I mean,
bought from record store. Yeah.
Did they have it in there? Like, oh, okay, cool. I'll just take
Yeah, I think it was during the time they were like an active band.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Or maybe I might have just ordered it from Load Records. I can't remember. But it was, it wasn't. It was during the time of them being a band.
Right.
So.
Still around.
Yeah.
That's all. Could you see yourself drumming for any other band that you've seen? Like that'd be.
I don't know.
Cool to do.
I mean, there's so many bands I watched, and I'm like, I wish I was in this band, but I don't know. That's a hard question to answer.
Yeah.
I do get jealous though when I see really great bands. I'm like, oh, I wish I thought of that. Like if a drummer's doing a really interesting kind of thing, like, damn, that's a good idea. But I don't know.
And what's the most difficult song to play? Or some difficult ones?
Probably Animated Violence is really hard to play, because it's like me and Paul are playing completely different beats. I don't think that. I'd be really interested to see if someone can pull off that song with one drummer, but
Do you think it's possible?
I don't know. I'm not really sure, because there's a lot of weird stuff going on that song, and I'm playing like a backwards beat, and I'm playing snare with my right hand instead of my left hand, so it's really hard for me to keep time on that, because it's like a backwards beat. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm doing a thing where I'm playing the rack tom with my snare hand, doing the one basically with my snare hand, and then going between hi-hats and snare with the other hand. It's really confusing.
You're non-dominant.
Yeah, and I play open-handed at some points in it. It's like I have to trade off all the time. So that one's really difficult, especially if I drop a stick, because it's really awkward to come back into that one naturally.
Right.
Because it's not how I'm used to playing.
Yeah, at all. And is he doing some wacky shit too on his side? Or,
Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing something completely different than me. I don't even know how we got that one to work. It was just like I think we happened upon. It
sounds awesome though.
I love that song, yeah. But I think we wrote that with Ryan, I think, and then I can't remember, but I think we just happened to accidentally find this weird beat that works. Because I don't know, I would have never played what I play like normally. I don't really know how I came up with it.
Yeah. Ryan was the guy who was he played when Bridget was in it too.
No, that was Mike Schoen.
Okay.
Ryan was he joined when I did, and he was in it for like a little over a year and a half, and then he left for personal reasons and stuff. But
Mike Schoen, crazy.
Yeah.
Like I would see like videos of him. He's just like those he's dying.
Yeah.
He has
a really funny drum face. He played 3 drums with us once in Manchester. We were playing with his other band.
Wow.
It was really fun.
How the fuck did that go?
It was fun. He was having a good time. I think we played Contraption with him, and I think we played it faster than he remembers, so it took him a second.
To get caught up.
But it was really fun. Yeah. It was like a special thing.
He's counting off. He's like, oh, it's not that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just figure it out, I guess.
It was cool.
I read on a comment one time, it's like, in order to play drums for the OCs, you gotta like run like 7 miles with just your upper body.
It's fucking hard, man.
That's a pretty apt description of...
I'm weirdly used to it now, but I'm still like, I'm dead after a show. Like, it's really taxing, but it's really rewarding at the same time, so.
Have you ever played 2 shows in one night?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, we've done like day shows, and I remember in Portland we used to play a place where we play an all-ages show during the day, and then later that night we play a 21 Up show. Mm-hmm. We've done that kind of stuff a couple times. Or like KEXP we did during the day, and then we had a show that night in Seattle.
That one was the one, it's the morning time, right?
Yeah, and it's just me playing drums.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I saw a comment or something, someone said, they're like, why is nobody fucking moving? And it was like 11 in the morning or something like that.
But still to hear that at 11 in the morning, that you get pretty jazzed up, I feel like.
It definitely woke me up.
Is it the earliest you ever played?
Probably, actually. I'd imagine, yeah.
It's so odd.
Yeah, it was cool though. That's a really great radio station, so it was a pleasure to play with them for them.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be hard to get that like energy going.
It kind of just like once you start going, just like your head's somewhere else and you just fucking do it. Like I'll get nervous before shows and then halfway into the first song I'm not even thinking about that. I'm concentrated, you get put your head in the game kind of thing.
Right.
I don't think about anything else really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a blur almost.
Yeah, that's crazy. How do you feel about the kids like getting crazy or not getting crazy? Like do you prefer like energy to be like?
Hell yeah, good crowd.
Back to back.
A good crowd. I definitely think makes for a way better show. It's nice to have like you get that energy back, and it makes it gets you all like amped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely see that in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
the flow of the show goes better, I think, if people are having a good time.
Do you prefer all ages or 21?
I prefer all ages.
It's
It's harder these days to make that a reality all the time.
And it's just younger kids. Then that's who's giving you the most energy. Right?
Yeah, and I get it. A lot of times kids will get a hold of us being like, "Can you get me in a show?" And unfortunately, not a lot of time we can. But if you're up to me, I think all ages shows are great. I mean, I definitely, when I was a kid, I'd be super bummed at all the bands I missed because I wasn't 21. So yeah, it's a bummer.
It's still a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not good. Or if the security guard's a dick, it's like
that sucks too. Yeah. Just we usually kind of tell the when we're sound checking or whatever. Sometimes they're like, "So how do you want security to handle things?" And John's very just let them do the thing unless.
Relax.
Yeah, he's like,
take it easy.
It's fine. Like just stop if like someone's groping somebody or someone's fighting basically.
Yeah.
But like take it easy on the kids. Let them have a good time.
Have you ever seen John lose it on somebody while he was playing?
We've stopped shows when security's overzealous and like starts like fucking choking kids and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll stop. He'll stop the show and tell them fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Would you? Has that happened on multiple occasions?
Yeah.
And then do you guys?
We continue the show. We always keep the show going. But John's like, "What are you doing? Like, you're there to like protect kids, not fucking choke them."
That's
yeah.
Fucking assholes.
Yeah, it happens. It doesn't happen that often, but
when it does, it's like
it's a bummer. Yeah.
That's fine.
And we'd prefer to play without the barriers too.
Wait,
yeah.
Did you say without or
without?
Okay,
kids right in front of the stage is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's even more energy. It's even more,
it's weird being far away from people like that. So, yeah, no minimal security and no barriers. That makes for a better show, in my opinion, and all ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming John has the same. And everybody, really.
All of us, yeah. It's just more fun that way.
Yeah. I didn't notice that the keyboardist, I was like, oh, wow, that's Mr. Elevator.
Yeah, Thomas, he's great.
Yeah.
He's a fucking madman on the keys. He's really good.
I remember seeing him at the Beach Goth.
Yeah,
that was the first time I saw Mr. Elevator and Brandon. I was like, oh wow,
he's a talented guy. It's a pleasure to play with him too. He's such a chill dude, It's a good element in the band. Yeah, he's always relaxed.
Would you say that everybody else is pretty hyper, pretty like?
No. We all get along really well too, but just something about Thomas. He's just like, yeah, man,
just chilled out.
Yeah, that's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And do you drink a lot on
tour?
Yeah.
Not really. No, I probably drink more when I'm at home, or not at home, but like when I'm in LA.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like. I can't really drink. I'll have a couple drinks to loosen up before I play, but there's no way I'm gonna try to do that set drunk or on drugs or anything like that. No, that's kind of a rule. Like, don't get like we want to play the best we can, and if say I'm drunk and Paul's not, and I start lagging, it's gonna throw off the rhythm section.
Right.
So, no, I don't really drink before shows. A little bit.
After.
Yeah, not crazy though. Usually it's like 2 by the time we're done playing.
Oh.
I'm like exhausted. So not a lot
the
of
sun's
time.
still up, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna call it early.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's That's good though. But did you have to loosen up or?
Yeah, I like to have a couple drinks just to loosen up. I don't like going out there super stiff. I'd say the most I drink on tour is when we play South by Southwest, probably, because it's like we're playing these parties at Hotel Vegas, which is like our friend's spot. So it's a lot easier to like, oops, I had a little too much, but that's more.
Maintain.
It's really fun vibes there. It's like a more party show.
Yeah. Have you ever done a house show like with the OCs?
A house show? No. Like the Non-Plus, those kind of shows are the closest thing to that. We do them every once in a while. Yeah. Kind of try to do it as under the radar as possible, so cops don't show up and stuff like that.
Bombarded with whatever.
I mean, the more people, the better. Just we don't want cops to come.
Noise complaints.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Yeah.
Permits. Yeah, I saw this one. It was Mike Schoen and I don't know who the other guy was.
Petey?
Petey, damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't he play bass, right?
He played a guitar, but I think it was baritone guitar or something like that. He was basically a bass player.
Yeah, because I always thought that I was like, he is playing a guitar, but I feel like he's playing like as just like the
I'm not exactly sure what he's. I know it's a guitar. I don't know. Maybe he uses wider strings. I have no idea.
Yeah,
But he was playing the bass parts.
Yeah, it was it, and then it was some other guy, some other white guy.
Lars playing
drums.
drums.
Yeah.
Lars Finberg from the Intelligence. Might have been him.
Maybe, yeah.
He was playing second drums with Mike for a while.
Yeah, and that was in Logan, some like Square Park or something like that, and that looked crazy.
That was
like,
probably Lars, I imagine.
Yeah, kids weren't even going crazy, but like they were enjoying it. I was like, it's insane that's going on outside.
Oh, I think I've seen that video. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that's pretty crazy. And like John just looks dead. And then
it's probably really hot. Yeah.
How often do you go out for encores?
Not that often.
But when you do, are you fucking like tired? Like shit.
Usually, we don't do it that often because we usually play for so long, and we kind of go through most of the songs we know how to play, or we're comfortable playing live.
Do people still ask though? Like, oh,
yeah.
Like, nah,
but
it's
we
fine.
play for a long time. We're tired. Sometimes we'll do it though. Depends.
That's insane. I mean, just to play drums for that, anything in that band, but even the percussion is very heavy.
It's a lot.
Very straining.
Those songs are pretty like caveman-y, you know, like really just they keep going, they don't stop kind of thing.
Yeah, which is, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, like bands do that. I mean, like you see like Ty's doing that, and but there's something about the OCs and the way that they're just like, there it is.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Loud,
I mean,
man.
You get it. You're in the.
I get it. Yeah, I dig it.
That's rad. Alright, man. Do you have anything else to plug? If you want to plug anything?
No, really. No, I'm just relaxing, man.
Buy the album.
We have a new record coming out. I should probably plug that.
Yeah.
Face Stabber.
Face Stabber. That's
Comes out in August, I think. I can't remember.
August-ish.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye on it.
Yeah, keep an eye out. We got that new single out. It's 20 minutes long.
Sounds like listen to it.
Later Miles Davis, I think.
Great.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I really appreciate it. I was at the handshake, so people know.